Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talk a little bit about my commonplace book quote journals. Well, my commonplace journals, which are mostly book quote journals. I will in a moment do kind of a top-down video where you can kind of see these in more detail, but I thought I would just kind of give you a bit of a brief overview of what is contained in my little pack before I do anything else. So a commonplace journal, for anyone who is unsure of that, I mean they're everywhere at the moment, is basically a journal that is a collection of thoughts and things that you acquire from other places. So if you're out and about and you see something, or if you read something and you like a quote, you jot it down. If you're watching a TV show and you learn something or you hear a great quote, you put it into your book. They've been around for ages. I actually used to keep a commonplace journal many years ago without realizing that that's what I was doing. One of the things that I have had a little bit of trouble doing this year is keeping up with my digital book journal. Like it hasn't happened at all this year. And even last year, I really struggled to keep up with it at the end of the year. And one thing I love doing is collecting quotes, and I love writing down quotes. And so I started doing that, and then I kind of morphed into a couple of different collections of books for different types of quotes that I'm collecting, as well as, and I'll show you this because it's not actually in the book, it's just a little, this is a little Wurrundjeri grid book that gets thrown into other bags. There's not much in here at the moment, so I won't be showing really what's in here because there's basically nothing. I've got to set it up properly. This is essentially a little pack that if I go away for the weekend, or if I'm traveling, or if I just want to take my commonplace books with me somewhere, or even just keep it contained so I don't lose the bits and pieces that I need for it, they go in here. And if I'm traveling, I will take out the bits and pieces that I don't need so that it's not as big and bulky. But this basically lives on my couch next to me, so I have everything that I need to record quotes. And I'm going to do a little bit of an update in this video as well. This is a Muji notebook cover. It has a removable pen case. It's A5 size. It has a little handle. And as you can see, it perfectly contains everything. When you open it up, this is what you see. There's currently 3 notebooks in here as well as some pens. So I have 3 commonplace books. This is my commonplace book for non-fiction. I have a little non-fiction title in here. Again, I've only used this once and I need to go back and add to this. This one, which is basically an Amazon Basics grid notebook. I like writing on a grid. I don't like dot grid, I like actual grid paper. This is my commonplace quotes for Kidlit. So it has quotes from picture books and books about Kidlit and all of that kind of thing. And then this Wurrundjeri notebook is my commonplace book for quotes from my fiction reads. This has been used the most because I tend to track a lot of quotes. And then the pencil case, which just clips into the notebook, and I keep some page flags in here, as well as a number of rollerball and fountain pens. And I've got 1 gel pen in here at the moment. No, 2 gel pens in here at the moment. Oh, I have 2 of each. Oh. I should probably put some highlighters and things in here, but for the most part, underlining, writing in a black pen and having some page flags is working for me. So let's flip the camera around and I'll give you a closer look inside the notebooks, as well as how I'm going to update my quote book with quotes from Sea of Charms by Sarah Beth Durst. All right, so let's look at this in a little bit more depth. So when I stack everything in here together, this is pretty much what it looks like. You've got the pencil case, this is the non-fiction one, the kids one, and my general one. In the pencil case at the moment, take out all my pens. I have 2 uni Jetstreams. This one is the 0.5 that comes with the Techo if you order it from Wurrundjeri. This one is a 0.7 ballpoint pen. These have been my favorite pens for a long time. I have a couple of page flag options in here, as well as an empty page flag plastic. I tend to use this as my ruler. I do have a proper ruler, I just couldn't find it, so in the meantime, that's in there. It's a makeshift one. It's not perfect, but it works. I have just a basic gel pen. This one I think is just from Amazon. I got a massive pack of them last year and I do like them. And then this is a Muji pen in 0.38. And then I have 2 of my Lamy pens that I just refill. So there is the pink one, which, yes, I know I could use fancy inks, but I really like the Lamy ink, particularly this pink one. And then in the black pen, this is I think it's a grey. I can't remember the exact names of the inks, but if I remember, I will link them down below. I just like the way that they write. So these are usually for writing in books. These are for writing on Tomo River paper because I just like the way that it feels. So let's leave those out. All right, so the non-fiction commonplace book, as I said, it's set up here. I'm going to add some decoration at some point. I can't help not decorate. It's just part of who I am. And then so far there's just a quote in here. This is actually from a young adult, middle fiction, young adult, non-fiction title, which is There's a Prawn in Parliament House by Annabelle Crabb. But I really liked this quote about acts and decisions and people in power, so I put it in here. This one, I haven't really set up a contents page or anything like that. It's probably just more going to be ideas that I write down. I'll put the title at the top. I might do the title on the side, which I've seen some people do, which is scroll down the side, but we'll see how I go. Then there's the Kidlit journal, which I always love to decorate the front pages of my journals. I just throw sticker collages on there. You'll see in my other one. This was the very first thing that I did. I had these vinyl stickers and just a pet tape, which I've used in many, many, many layouts in various journals before. And then I left a page and I just started writing. And the first book that I included in here was Why You Should Read Children's Books Even Though You're So Old and Wise. I love this little essay. It's gorgeous, and and you can clearly see that I took a lot of quotes from it. Then there's The Kindness Project by Deborah Abella, which was a verse novel. Some Kobe Yamada picture books, because Kobe Yamada picture books are just stunning. This is actually a black ink that I had in a fountain pen with this might have been a fine nib or a medium nib, because it's quite dark. And then Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. Now, what I have done in this particular book is I've actually put like a glossary at the back of the book, and as I'm including quotes, depending on what the theme of the quote is, I'm writing the theme and the page number next to it. So we'll see how that goes. I just have to remember to actually do it and fill it in. Which brings us to the fiction commonplace book. So this is a Hobonichi notebook. I love this design. I've gone a little bit nuts on putting in some of my favorite stickers at the front, because hopefully I'm going to keep this book for a while. My quotes page, again, pet tape and just some vinyl letters. Ignore this. This is literally just blank paper that I use as blotting paper so that I don't constantly have ink bleeding onto other pages. So here I do have an index, and I've left 4 pages, which I'll line halfway down, and I put the page number and the book and hopefully the author, but if I can't fit the author, or at least the name of the book is on there. That's the extent of my index. I probably shouldn't need all of these pages, but you never know. The very first book quotes that went in here were quotes from The Fall by Tal Bauer, and there were a lot of them. Then I had The Embrace of the Evergreen by Rain Hawthorne, Atonement Sky, and you can see I just started digging out stickers, because my goal is to either use my stickers or get rid of them. So even if they don't necessarily fit the book, I've been using them. Aftermath by L.A. Witt, some Louisa Masters, Sarah Rush, who I will have to add some more quotes in here because I just finished another book by her. Anything that I'm kind of reading is going in here. Road to the Half Broken. I do want to find some stickers to put here. And then I just finished adding in my quotes from Atmosphere. And while we're together, I'm going to add some of the quotes from Sea of Charms. For the sake of seeing the colour in this pen, I might use my grey pen. Though I should probably check and see that it's still working, because it was getting clogged a little while ago. All right. It's also getting a bit of gold because I did have a gold shimmer ink in here at one point, and even though I cleaned it, it's really hard to clean the barrel. Right, Sea of Charms. I'm going to speed this up and then talk to you a little bit about it at the end. So I finished adding the Sea of Charms quotes. I'm just going to quickly add it to the index. And as you can see, I'm not too worried about it being especially pretty. I'm not worried if I make a mistake. I forgot a word here and I wrote the wrong word down. It is what it is. My handwriting does not stay the same, even in the same sentence or the same word. It is utterly ridiculous. I did remember while I was writing that I have these sticker books, which are massive, and I've barely used any stickers from them. I bought them when I was, you know, look, someone had recommended them and I went, oh, that looks nice, and then never use them because they're not necessarily my style, but I did find some ones with the sea and with boats. So even though they don't necessarily match the theme of the book, they sort of match, and that's fine with me as well. But that's essentially what I do. And as you can tell, this is a really nice light grey colour. It's not overly dark, which some of the other pens can be. But yeah, that's pretty much the new Commonplace book. And I do have tons and tons of books to go and add in here. I just kind of do it bit by bit when I have some time and I just want to sit there and do some writing. So those are my Commonplace books, a little bit of a sneak peek into something that I am trying to keep up with at the moment. I'm not stressing too much if I'm not. Every now and then I just feel like writing down some quotes, and so I'll go back and check my annotations on my digital devices or grab a book that I've, you know, put page flags in and copy quotes across. It's not something I feel pressured to do every single day, which is really, really nice. I'd love to know, do you keep a Commonplace book? What do you use yours for? Feel free to share any tips or tricks you have down below. There are some conventions that people have for Commonplace books. They've been around for ages. If you want to learn more about them, there's so many videos out there. But I also feel like a Commonplace book should be used in a way that makes sense for you, and it doesn't have to be the way that somebody else uses it. If you just want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a pen emoji. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.